Good afternoon, John. How are you doing?
Very good. How you doing?
I'm glad to see you again. Last time we met, do you remember, about a month ago?
Yes.
And your case was transferred to me from Ms. Sanchez to
Yes.
me, so I'll be working with you one-on-one. Now, she did share with me that you were on, your diagnosis is bipolar type 2, right?
Correct.
And she told me you were on a status of changing your medication with your doctors. She also told me you were going to school. You were in the undergraduate program at Cal State LA for social work. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. She also informed me, well, according to your case also, there's situations where you've had every year where you change your medication. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know, we'll go into that as to the year after every year you have the tendency of changing your medication. We'll go into that and you'll help me understand why you do it. Correct?
Okay.
Okay, please. Also, there's a release of consent from your therapist and from your psychiatrist stating that me, Ms. Molina, your new counselor, that you're going to be signing today so I can speak with them should I need to. Not that I will, not unless you give me your permission. You know, Ms. Molina, my therapist not listening to me, or I can't handle this medication. You know, can you speak with my psychiatrist? And then with your permission and, of course, with your signature of the medical release, I'll be able to speak with her. Would that be okay with you?
Sure.
Okay, good. So we'll do that. Release of
Is this
consent.
only for you, or is it for public records, or is it? What is it for?
It's a good question. Actually, in order for you to give me permission, whoever wants to speak with your therapist or psychiatrist, they need a medical release, so it's only going to be for me. If my supervisor wants to speak with her, then we would have to do a new one.
Okay.
If that makes you feel any better.
Okay.
Because, you know, it's a confidentiality, and I would like for you to feel trust in me that I'm not going to be speaking to your professors or to your counselors at school without your consent. Okay? We're also going to do another non-medical release with your counselors and professors or your advisor at school, should you want me to speak with them, or should you need me to advocate for you in any way that you might need me in for, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so we'll do that non-medical release also. And so the medication, the release of medical and non-medical. Also, there was, Ms. Sanchez also informed me that you wanted to talk to her about something to update her on your classes, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and then we'll talk about that. Now, is there anything else that I missed that you would like for us to cover in this session today?
Maybe if you could help me figure out ways where I can reach out to maybe other study groups besides the ones I'm working with now to help me with my classes. If there's somewhere I can go where people have the similar problem I have,
Okay.
where we could all understand each other when we're acting.
That's a very good question, actually. Very good question. Okay. And I'll definitely help you out with some resources on that one. So that's a very good one. Anything else? Okay. So let's see. Let's talk about the 1 year that she has noted that you informed her on intake when you met with Ms. Sanchez. You informed her that every year you have this tendency, not that you by choice, but that you have a tendency of changing your medication every year on a yearly basis.
Well, as I go to the doctor, they're the ones that change it because they feel that I need more. It's either not working, or I could be taking too much, not getting enough sleep. So they lower it, then they higher it. They're just trying to find a balance, I believe. And I guess as the years go on, either I'm getting worse or I'm getting better. So it all depends on that. But for now, it seems like we still haven't found a balance yet.
Okay. So from what I'm understanding, what you're saying, your symptoms that you report to your doctors, they normally change your medication based on what you're informing them. Is that correct? Okay. So that would explain a lot.
Excuse me.
Sure. That would explain a lot. Doctors do have the tendency of changing medication because their patients will come in saying, you know what, this medication is making me sleepy, it's making me tired. Is there another medication that you could give me? I don't like feeling this way. I'm feeling nauseous at school. I'm falling asleep at school. I can't stay up late to study because I'm tired. This medication is making me feel tired.
Yes.
So is that something you've been reporting to the doctors?
Yes. Either I can't sleep or I want to sleep too much.
Okay.
So it depends on time of the year, depends on what I'm working on, if I'm in school, if I'm not in school, if I'm getting along, if I'm not getting along with people.
Do you think school has brought some of that stress?
Yes.
Because what she also stated on the notes is that she said that this started, you informed her every year you do this. This started ever since you started having the interest of going to school. So this is when everything started, she said, because that's what you informed her. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So does your therapist know about the stress that you have?
Yes, we've talked about it. It's just, she says it's just new challenges and I have to get through them and to try to balance myself by just talking to her about it, talking to the doctor about it, make sure I mention everything I have issues with so they can either give me more, give me less. The more information I give them, the more they'll be able to help me.
Correct. And you're being honest and you're letting them know your symptoms and they're going off on based on the symptoms that you're relating to them. But also, I have a question for you. Do you have you expressed to them, you know what, I'm actually going to school also and maybe that's part of the stressor that I'm feeling overwhelmed?
Yes, and what their experience on this is they're telling me the more I stay on top of my medicine and not miss my medicine and not forget to take it, not, oh, I don't need it today, the better I'll be. And the medicine's supposed to help me improve myself.
Mm-hmm.
But as of now, it's kind of just, I still have to find the right dose, I think.
Okay. How long have you felt this way about the medications that you know you need to change them?
For the last couple of years, 3 years maybe.
3 years, okay. And of course, you're still seeing your therapist once a month to speak with her.
Yes.
Okay, and you're expressing the stressors to her.
Yes.
What has she say?
She just tries to hear me out. She gives me different methods on how to relax, how to try to control, how to try to, as soon as I notice I'm getting very upset, to try to either walk away from the situation, don't let it get too crazy where I'm like, it just helps me going to her. She's got different ideas for me, so some work, some don't work. Some work certain times, some work certain situations, some don't.
Well, that's good. So you're taking her advice on trying how to decrease the stress and how to handle your situations, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When have you noticed that your relationships have severed because of the medication or because you didn't take the medication for that whole week? When have you noticed that has happened, that your relationships have severed?
I don't understand.
Okay, let's say for this week you don't take your medication that you were supposed to take in the morning and at nighttime, and next week you do take it, and next week you realize that everything was fine, but this week where you didn't take the medication, you were up, down, irritated, short-tempered. I don't have time for this. I'm not going to do any schoolwork this week. Forget this. When have you noticed, when you're off the medication or when you're on the medication, that your relationships have severed?
When I'm off it, my balance is just bad. I can't figure it out until it's too late. Then I realize, okay, it's because of the medication. But when I stay steady on it, it does help me improve. But then when I do stress out a lot about school, then it's like even the medication doesn't help me.
Okay. Can you explain to me when you say when you're off the medication, you feel balance.
I don't feel
You
balanced.
don't feel balance. Thank
Don't
you.
feel balanced.
What is? Well, explain it to me that you don't feel balance. What is it?
I just get really irritated. I'm just like, I start something I don't want to finish. I continue. I don't. I'm just mad. Everything bothers me. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm all happy with everybody. And then from one moment to another, somebody mentions something and I don't like it, and that's it. I'm done. I'm stopping. I'm going home. Or I'm
Short-tempered.
yes.
Okay, and explain to me what you mean by when you're on it, you feel improved. You feel
Well, I've actually had sessions where we do group studies where I can get through the whole group study and I'm okay. So I've pretty much checked and I've kept records of when I'm taking the medication like I'm supposed to. And normally that's the only time when I can finish a 2-hour session or 3-hour group study with my friends. So yes, I noticed that if I'm on medication, I do better, but there is days that I take the medication and I still feel like if I haven't taken any medication. So it's just, I've noticed it helps me more, but there's days I feel like I should have 2 of the same medication.
Do you take 2? Or
No.
Okay, you just stay with the prescribed medication. Okay, good. It's prescribed dosage. That's good to know. When you feel improved, there will be some days. It's like when you take vitamins. Some days you feel the vitamins do help, like me, for example. Some days I feel the vitamins work, and some days like, where is the energy this vitamin B12 supposed to be giving me? I'm not feeling it, and that's when I have right, left, front, back situations just come on my plate, and I just have to handle it. But it's hard. I could understand how hard it is to, well, I'm taking the medication, what's going on? It's not working. I feel irritated, too many things flying at my plate. So with that thought in mind, you would feel that way. It's been reported. Some of my clients feel the same way. You know, I took the medication. I still feel overwhelmed. I still feel irritated. I still feel frustrated. I still feel like, you know, it's not helping. But it is helping. You did explain to Miss what is it? Your therapist, Miss Medina. You did inform her.
Yes.
Okay.
3 times.
Yes.
Can I take 1 minute?
Yeah. Go ahead and it's emergency.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take it. So we're gonna pause the video for a while. It's okay. We'll pause. The instructor will know it's paused.
Okay, I'll let them call back.
Okay. So
Sorry about that.
it's okay. Thank you. So Miss Medina is aware that when you do take the medication, you still have those episodes of feeling irritated and frustrated,
Mhm.
right? Okay, good. As long as she knows and she's aware of it and it's been documented, then if anything that we need to follow up on, then we'll do it, okay?
Okay.
I'm hoping that, you know, you would follow up with her also, that you inform me of that, okay?
Okay.
But the medication that you're on right now is the new one. What is it called?
I think it's lithium.
Lithium. And how long have you been on this new medication?
The last 6 months, 3, 4, 5 months.
5 months? Okay. And how do you feel so far?
This last dosage they gave me is helping me a little bit, but I've been on it for only 2 weeks, so I can't really tell if
Okay.
it's gonna help me that much.